Did you just make $45,000 last month? Well, if you own a home in Airdrie, Alberta, then you very well might have. And in this month's market update, I'm going to show you exactly how that could be. Hey everyone, my name is Brad Walker. I'm a realtor with Real Broker here in Airdrie, and this is your February 2022 real estate market update. And before we get going here, if you could do me a huge favor and just scroll down and hit that like button if you like getting these updates about Airdrie real estate, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to continuously stay up to date on everything Airdrie real estate. It really does help me get these videos out in front of more homeowners like you, so I'd really appreciate if you could just take a minute, scroll down, hit that like button right now. Now, January was an absolutely insane month for real estate here in Airdrie and in Alberta in general. It seemed like as soon as we flipped the switch into 2022, all of the out-of-province buyers came swarming into our province as soon as we got into January of this year. Now, before January, we were in a pretty hot market. It was a seller's market still, but a bit more balanced. It was a bit easier to get into a home if you were a buyer, but you were still selling at a good price if you were a seller. But now that we're into 2022, through 1 month of the year in January, we have become an all-out bidding war frenzy seller's market here in Airdrie, especially in the single-family detached homes. Now let's take a look here at our Airdrie graphic for January 2022. We had 145 sales in January, which is absolutely the most we've ever seen in January by a huge margin too, with January last year, 2021, sales being the second most at 103. So we blew that out of the water with 145 sales, and our average days on market came down to just 22 days now. Now keep in mind that's across all property types. For single family detached homes, we're actually looking at only 16 days on market on average right now. Now, our month supply is also down to just 0.61 months as well. And again, if we look just at the single family detached market, we're down to less than half a month for that sector. So those detached single family homes are just flying off the shelves as they come up here in Airdrie right now. While all those stats paint a picture of a very hot seller's market here in Airdrie, but what has that done to prices? What has that done to your equity in your home right now? Well, our average sale price for those sales in January is up $45,000 over December. So that's just a 1 month increase in the average sale price. So you can expect that your home is worth quite a lot more than it was in December. Of course, it's going to depend on the style of property and the size and all these other factors that go into it, but you can know that over December into January, your home is worth a lot more than it was just a few months ago. And if you want to know more specifics on what your home is worth, down below we have a link for a free home evaluation. I'd be more than happy to do that for you, whether you're interested in selling or not, just so you know the value of your home in this current market. Now, we know the market's moving super fast right now here in Airdrie, but what's causing this frenzy that we're feeling in the market right now? I believe it comes down to three main reasons. So number one, and what I feel like is the biggest factor driving the market that we're seeing right now, is the amount of out-of-province buyers that we're seeing move into Alberta right now. And this is essentially just for one reason, and that is because our market is so much more affordable than these markets that we're seeing in BC and Ontario and places like that. We're seeing people moving from those provinces here if they're working from home, or they can relocate with their job or things like that. Or if they're investors, instead of putting their money out there where prices are already so high and so inflated, they're taking their money, putting it here as an investment where they know it's more affordable to buy, and they can get into more homes or just better homes for their dollar. The number two reason for our market being the way it is right now is our low interest rates that we're seeing for mortgages right now, and the anticipation of those rates going up throughout the rest of 2022. Buyers are wanting to get into the market now while interest rates are still low before they go up too much more throughout the year, and that's definitely adding to the busyness in the market right now. And the third driving factor that I have for our market right now is our low inventory levels of homes available as compared to our buyer demand. Now, I say as compared to the buyer demand because our inventory isn't really all that low right now when we look at new listings. We're bringing on just as many new listings as we've seen in years past, year over year over year, and in some cases even more listings are coming to the market, but there's so much demand that they're selling so fast that our months of supply is so low. So many people or many realtors might be inclined to say that we have a low inventory problem right now. That's just not the case. It's just not keeping up to our buyer demand. We actually need an excessive amount of inventory right now to keep up with that buyer demand. So we know where the buyer demand is coming from right now and why, but another question you might have is, how long can this keep up for? How long is this going to last? Well, if you look over at BC and Ontario, in those markets, we've seen this type of market for years now, and it has not let up, and it continues to not let up as those markets continue to appreciate with multiple offers on every home. So realistically, I'm not really seeing our market here slowing down until those markets, those even more unaffordable markets, slow down a bit, cool off a bit, which will ease up on the amount of out-of-province buyers we have moving into Alberta. But right now, they're up here, we're still down here. Even though we've bumped up a bit, we're still way more affordable than they are. So until that gap gets less, I don't really see our market slowing down all that much, as the demand from out of province is just going to keep flooding in. Well, for you buyers, just like last month and even more so now, you need to be prepared when putting in an offer, and you need to be realistic on what that home's going to sell for depending on how many offers they have on it right now. So you need to sit down with your real estate agent, you need to understand the market and what you're getting into, and if you're buying into, say, a detached single family home, there's a very realistic chance you're going to be competing against many other offers for that home. So you need to make a plan with your realtor to make your offer as clean as you can possibly make it. Now, you don't want to do anything too risky that puts you into trouble, but you want to be able to make your offer as clean as possible so you have the best chance of winning that property if you're competing against other buyers. Now, if you're looking to sell a home right now and not buy another home, such as selling an investment property that you've been waiting to appreciate enough to where you want to sell it, or a situation like that where you're able to sell and not buy on the other side, this is a fantastic market for you right now because you are absolutely in control. You get all the glory of being on the sell side without having the frustration of being on that buyer side right now. So if that's your situation, fantastic. Get a realtor in, get an evaluation on your home. You'll probably be surprised at the value. Again, link down below to get that home valuation done. Now, if you're a seller that's also looking to buy within a city like Airdrie or Calgary or somewhere like that, it might get a little trickier. So on the sell side, you're probably going to sell pretty quick and for a great price, but now you have to strategize your purchase. And depending on what style of home you're buying and what area, it might be easier or more difficult to be on that buy side. So again, that comes back to having a conversation with your realtor, make a best plan of action, whether that's to buy something first and then focus on the sale, which is a bit less risky now because you know you're going to be able to get that sale as long as you're listing at a reasonable price, or some other plan that might work best for you in your situation. But that's definitely a conversation to have with your realtor to figure out what best course of action is for you and your family. Now, a bit of a warning for you if you are planning to sell and buy within a city like Airdrie and Calgary right now, is you don't want to sell yourself out of the market. Meaning you don't want to sell first and not be able to get into a home or not be able to find the right home, all while the market is appreciating and now you've sold your asset and you aren't experiencing any of that appreciation. You don't want to sell over here, wait to buy, and now you're buying up here. So definitely work that into your strategy so you don't find yourself on the outside of the market looking in while the market's appreciating as fast as it is. And one more thing for you sellers out there, when you're choosing a realtor right now, make sure that realtor knows exactly where buyers are coming from right now and that they're marketing towards those buyers directly. I know we've shifted a portion of our marketing plan to be directly targeted towards those out-of-province buyers, because for you as the seller right now, those out-of-province buyers are the ones who are coming to Alberta with the most cash in hand, and the nice benefit to you is that they're already used to this crazy market. So when they see a house listed, they already assume that it's going to sell over list price, and they're way more prepared to go well above that list price if they have to, if they're competing against multiple offers. So those are the buyers that for you as a seller right now, if you want to get top dollar, they're the ones that you want to be targeting with your marketing, and they're the ones that you want to be bidding on your home at the end of the day. Well, it's been an absolutely wild January. I'm looking forward to seeing what February brings for real estate here in Airdrie. And again, if you want that evaluation done, just click the link below. And also, if you want the emailed market update that I send out once a month for your specific neighborhood in Airdrie, again, link is below. Just sign up for that and I'd be more than happy to add you to that report for your neighborhood. But that's all I have for this month. Again, my name is Brad Walker with Real Broker, and we'll see you next month.